Lurker, yo, Darius, Brandon. Oh, you are going to be pissed, Brendan. And I thought about you today when I did this. Have you already won a Burns bait? If you haven't, you'll probably win this one. Ahoy, Joshua. Oh boy, gotta go. Josh, I took your albino and I mixed it with a WEC color and probably made the ultimate crankbait color. I took a the classic color from Zoom with like the green shoulders and the brown back, and made it into straight sex appeal. Let's see if I can. It is the sauce. I don't know if you'll be able to see it because it's so white. It's very subtle. If you can see it in person, but you can't really see it here. I need something. Maybe I need something dark. See it? No, I think we found out white is the answer. Yeah, it's not showing up. Jeremy, it's not pearl, it's the sauce. Um, brighter than my bald head, pretty close. I did two different variations. I did a gloss one and I did a matte finish one. So there's the glossy and there's the matte finish. I think I like the matte better. I think I like it because it looks like it should be just a spinnerbait head. But you can't really see the sauce. But those are for me. Hey, pretty dope. What? Oh. Yes, on the mat. I'm with you, Stearman. I think mat's the way to go. So much so, I did. Ow, dick. So this is the Burns giveaway. Matte finish. It looks like a damn DRT. And it rattles. And it rattles. So it's been sitting in there for a month or two. And I finally decided after I painted those crankbaits, I said that's what that bait needs to be. Did Brendan win something? Did somebody say? Bob's out. He got the rat. All right. I have to go back and go to the end of all the shows and see who won what. Hella's never won a Burns. It's probably because Hella, you miss them because you're over there watching Bass After Dark, bro. But I do need to go back and make a list of previous winners and losers. See who's got what. See who's still eligible. Hella comes on. Yeah, Hella doesn't. Hella goes and does whatever he wants to do, and then he guesses. Oh, it's been like 4 hours. TK is probably about to give away something. I'll jump back on and throw my hashtag in. Hella, you might have won one. I don't remember. That sounds hella bassish. He might have been streaming. I don't remember. And then he was doing something, and then swings in at the last minute and robs a bait. Maybe he didn't win a Burns. I can't remember. He was streaming, got off his stream, jumped on the end of mine, won a bait. Hella has won. Brendan got spinner baits. Yes, Brendan did win some of prior spinner baits, correct. I think Ryan Thiel won one, maybe. Somebody else. I can't remember. You want a KO with giant and teeny hooks on it. It's a plastic bait? Oh, yeah. We'll see. Like I said, I got to go back and watch. But if you haven't won a Burns bait, I think you're eligible. Travis, how much do you have to pay for them? Were they inflated, or was it? Did it feel like robbery? He had no clue. What? Brendan will win that Matt bait just because he bitches about Matt finish all the time. $6 for 4. You got any 1/8 ouncers in that lot, Stearman? Wow, what a steal! Oh, only 2. The new Boogerman different from the old ones? Yeah, I think the blades are a little different from what I understand. I don't know if they got the same clink, 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 clink. 3/8. That's good size. I will say the 1/8 ouncers, they sound sweet for a little bitty buzzbait. I guess they're 1/8 ounce. I don't know what they are. I've just got one over there and it's small. I thought I could have caught them last week on a buzzbait on Saturday. No dice. Weird looking worms. I like weird looking worms. Were they just generic, like in a pack? Like in like a? Were they in like a Ziploc sandwich bag? Low 50s. That's pretty cool. If it was low 50s in Massachusetts, those guys would have been throwing a Pat's Wake for a month now. DT don't need any booger men. You don't need any booger people. He's got plenty of booger people. 13-inch zipper worms. That sounds kind of cool. I like the sound of that. My shirt is really dirty. It's covered in sanding dust. My buddy had 24 for 81.11 Monday at my local lake. 24 what? 24 bass? Do people really keep 24 fish and weigh them all? I don't know that I'm more impressed about 81.11 or the fact that he kept up with 24 fish weights to see what they all weighed total. What's that average? I don't know that I've ever heard of that. 81.11 divided by 24. 3.37. Pretty good average. Wonder what big fish was. So you walk around telling everybody you had an 81 pound bag last night? Did you catch them? Yeah. I had 81. 81 fish? No, pounds. Really? Yeah. 49 fish. MLF, exactly. It is MLF style. He would have blown somebody away. The new bubble will hold unlimited fish, or is there a limit? What are you doing, dog? What are you sniffing on? What do you want? You need to go outside, or are you about to go crap in the hallway? High 4. Wow, he had cookie cutters, which is probably the most fun sized fish to catch. Me and old Keith caught him Saturday. He had a DD Grinnell. It wasn't truly a DD. It was a 9.97, but close enough. Close enough. Ate a chatter piece. Ate a chatter piece. I was just catching up on my smallmouth crush recap from a couple nights ago. I didn't get to watch it, and I was recapping it. Those Great Lakes finesse guys, they were all business. Like, if you didn't want to talk about their shit, they were just going to sit there and be silent. I thought it was kind of an odd show because I listened to most of it, and like anything that could have steered the conversation away from their baits, they just sat there and stared and waited for the next opportunity to mention their baits. It was weird, wasn't it, John? I thought it was a very odd chemistry there. It was very forced and kind of corporate. It was odd. I did not get a warm, fuzzy feeling. Even when Eric would like make jokes, he'd be like, "Let me tell you about this minnow." Oh, sorry, dog. I thought you were outside in the hall. He wasn't bobbing. Yeah, I don't know if it was he was just having a bad night or if it was the chemistry of the room. I don't know what it was. Something was off. The reason Travis probably likes them, that's what Travis does when no one is talking about smallies and Ned fishing and scoping. Pretty much. It's like, well, when are you going to get to, like, I feel like they were almost offended when Eric would mention largemouth. They're like, get this guy off the show. Can we talk about smallmouth more? We sell smallmouth baits. They were very brand conscious. Let's see this picture Jeremy just sent me. This guy knocked the head off 81 pounds. Wow, nothing but high 4s, 4.5s. There's a 163 snuck in there. 81.11, 24 total. Travis changes bait companies like I change mistresses. Yeah, he hops around. Daryl, there's a there is a there is a definite uh, what would you call it, surplus of Guggen baits out there, obviously, because those are anytime if you're shopping for Guggen, if you're a fan of Guggen stuff, just hop on Whatnot, and you'll be able to find a seller that will scratch your itch for Guggen products. Uh, and I'm sure they make some decent stuff. I mean, they're not. It's not like they're making them in their damn basement or anything. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what they sell that I would buy. I'm trying to think. What's the best Guggen product? Nico, Z-Man. Who all has he been through? Nico, Z-Man, Gadjo, Great Lakes Finesse. He's just a pimp. You need the Guggen Swimworm. I did see the tail on the Guggen Swimworm, and it looked pretty decent. Other than Mark D on Whatnot, he said go to the store, buy Guggens and 6-cent baits. Bandito bug, yeah, for whatever reason, the Bandito bug, Scott Martin has made that thing shine. I don't know what the I don't know what the I feel like all their baits have maybe an equivalent. Maybe the Bandito bug doesn't. I've heard Scott talk about it, but it didn't stick. What's up, Clay? Clay, how many bags of Bandito bugs do you own? Kyle, do you believe that? I don't know if I believe that. Brian, I would think you would have to be skipping a 1 ounce jig to make your jig fall right. I would think if you put a Bandito, like a full Bandito bug on a on like a 3/8 ounce jig, it would fall like a feather. The Ned rattles, that's pretty cool. I remember hearing that. That's a good design. Uh, uh, oh, what made me think of you? This lovely Burns wake bait with a rattle that I matte clear coated. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Matte, 1 of 1 on the bottom. Nothing but flat finished goodness. So I said, you'll win it because you're anti that. I don't foresee that happening, Darius. I really don't. It would have to take some serious something. Snowball's grandfather. I should have snowballed it. Eric is all probably anybody tunes in for, unless Travis wants to talk about smallmouth fishing, and then I'm out. which is rare. Um, Brendan, you could make it glossy if you wanted to. I don't know what that would do for you, but I got a little Burns. Burns does his joints really tight. We have a little bit of paint buildup in there. I need to. It'll work itself out. Um, the Guggen Speedworm. Yeah. I think I need to. I think I need to get those and put them in like a Ziploc bag, so I don't have to look at the stupid ugly ass Guggen bag. Did you have your GoPro strapped to your chest, Brendan? I was really hoping to hear a story of you getting pulled over with a bag of sauce in the truck. No, I didn't get pulled over. Do you want to see the sauce? I'll go get the sauce. Hold on. So I was going to, I was leaving Josh's house, coming home, and he said, "Hey, take some of the sauce with you." I said, "Okay." So he made me a baggie, and I was getting in the truck, and I threw it in the seat of the truck, and I said, "Should I get pulled over, probably probably wouldn't be the best thing to have the sandwich bag full of the sauce sitting on my dash." You know, just riding shoddy, and it like you can't see it, but it glows. Cops would probably be like, "Dude, what is this guy got? This is some new stuff. This is some new stuff on the streets." So I told Josh, I said, I'm gonna throw this in the I'm gonna throw this in the toolbox. I think my bag have a leak. Maybe. I think the dog chewed on that a little bit. No, it's not pearl pigment, Brendan. It may look like it, but um, Josh has a source. He has a pet unicorn. You have to. He'll tell you the rest. He can tell you the rest. But Chris, it doesn't glow particularly. It kind of glows. It glows on its own, but it's not a glow powder. Yeah. All right. All you need is a 5x3 shirt. Josh did get out of a speeding ticket, which would have qualified for reckless driving, I believe, all because he was wearing a 5x3 shirt that his design was stolen off of. Pretty incredible story if you. Because I asked him, "Why are you wearing a 5x3 shirt?" He said, "Because I designed it." And I said, "For them?" He said, "No, they stole it, and I saw I saw it at a show." So they saw his drawing online, took it, put it on the back of a shirt, and then tried to sell him the shirt. And the cop saw the 5x3 on the arm. He's like, "Man, 5x3. I used to bass fish a bunch. I had a bunch of 5x3 shit. I started talking about bass fishing a little bit. I was like, yeah, see you later. Here's your warning. Is Dave Portney the dude from Barstool? Because if it is, I loathe that guy. I loathe that dude. Hadn't sight fished yet. No, been too muddy. Too muddy. Black and blue and a 5x3. That's right. I didn't think 5x3 was good for anything. Apparently, it's good for getting you out of speeding tickets. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Darius is killing the smallies. Darius, are y'all going to have enough water for the fish to get into the bushes? What buttery balsa am I sanding? I'm sanding the most recent drop, or the up and coming drop. This will be the ode to Lucky Craft. The Bernsey 1.5 and a BDS inspired bait with a custom BDS bill. That bait might could get into 1- territory because it dives pretty shallow already, but you might could it might you might could make it where are you going, dog? You better not be pooping out there. So Kentucky Lake is going to be the best smallie lake in the South in 2 years. That's pretty impressive. The 1.5 is a great bait, BBC. It really is. It's got I know he can't guarantee um like hunting baits and that kind of stuff, but every one I've thrown has the hunts a little bit, and then it also has this sexy little wobble where when you let it float back up, it'll like wobble backwards, which is cool. Um, 60 and a 30 directly in front of the county courthouse. Yep. Yeah, the BDS is like it's good size. It's fat. It's got the appropriate lip, big wide ass lip. That's it. It is built to BDS specs. With Burns little flair he likes to add to make it his. What are you eating? Don't need a hook or something stupid. Um, the Fat BDS 4. BDS 4 is good bait. I prefer the 3 myself personally, but all the BDS line is badass. I will say. That is a big fish catcher, like a larger than average size fish catcher, or it catches big numbers of fish. That's what I liked about the 3. I felt like the 3 would get a big bite, but it would also catch numbers. Which one? I got some. Yeah. I don't know if I got any 4s left in the pack. There's a couple up here somewhere. I don't know what I did with them. I had a ghosty one. I don't think I've got the. Is the 4 the one I did the lip mod to? Yeah. There's the 4 with the lip mod. So, Brendan, if you bust your lips out of your BDSs, they can be salvaged. More so than an RC 1.5, because an RC 1.5, I will tell you, the line tie is closer to the bill. So when you try to cut the lip slot out, you get into this line tie where it figure 8s on the inside. You don't really have enough room. But on the BDSs, it doesn't interfere with the you're just going into straight plastic here, so you don't hit anything. But you can do that. $1.5 got to 6 to 7 feet. That seems excessive, Scott. I don't know that I've ever tried to get it that deep, because I typically don't fish that deep. What time is it? 4:15. Never broken a bill yet? Oh, wait. Just wait. You will. You throw that thing at enough cypress trees, you can say adios. I'm hoping not to give too much away, Gator, in this public forum, but end of the week, probably. End of the week. Your boat ain't never in. No, not usually. I feel like me and Keith were fishing, and I asked him, I said, "What's the boat sitting in?" He said, 3.5. I said, "Damn, it's deep, dude." He's like, "Yeah, there's a channel in here." Damn, it's deep. 3.5. Are we in the river channel? Are we in the river? Kyle knows. Kyle knows. We don't have docks, just cypress trees. And they're pretty dense. And you got to whiz that thing in there. Chris, we actually crushed them, dude. 2 baits. Actually, pretty much just this one. And I only had one. 3/8. That's the steam colored trailer that's on that I had on the website. It's like a number 4 Colorado. It'll rob this off of a War Eagle. Number 3 probably, but It was, what are you eating, tape? It was stupid. It was stupid. Here's how fun it was. So I won't tell you what they were around because this is public. I don't want all the guys down here knowing all the juice. But you could throw around this particular piece of cover, and when the fish would run out there, they would boil, and then when you hooked them, they would kick up mud all the way to the boat. It was awesome. It was awesome. Lip modding frit sides. Didn't think about that. Maybe I should make a post and say, "Have you broken a frit side?" Do it like one of those class action lawsuit lawyer commercials. Have you been rear-ended by a 18-wheeler? Call me. Have you broken the lip on a frit side? Well, if you have, send it to me, and I'll give you nothing. Vision 110s can be lip modded as well. Frit side 5 keychains. I bet I could lip mod a frit side. Josh, you're right. Hey, what are you eating, dude? You just chew on tape? Eat tape. I don't care. Whatever. Big Dog is getting. Big Dog's ready. Josh, Big Dog is all about the truck now. At 9 o'clock last night, I took her to pee, and she walked up to my truck, and I had to get something out of my truck. And when I opened the door, she jumped in my truck. She doesn't jump in the truck. Can you put a bill in a Bagley's? Typically. Um, Typically, Bagleys are pretty easy. Depends on which Bagley, which year it was made. Some can get messier than others. Depends on which model it is, and if there's a lip that can be matched to it. No, I don't like the bend mod on Colorados. Hayden. I like the bend mod on uh, Willows for sure. Road dogs. That is a road dog now. She well, the reason I took her, I got home, put her back in the truck, and we rode up to the store, and she drove through the neighborhood out the window, and now all she wants to do is ride through the neighborhood with the windows down, which I'm cool with. You're gonna do the you're gonna do the slicey, Brendan. Ballsy. Don't need to do the bend mod really with the Colorado kicker. It swings wide enough to clear the wire. Yeah, and I feel like they get going fast enough, and I just never. And I'm typically not needing the bait to like sit as level because I'm dropping it and pumping it a lot, so it doesn't matter. Like if I'm reeling a bait like a you know a willow leaf blade, I'm not typically like dropping it a lot. Whereas a Colorado bladed bait, I'm letting it fall more often than I'm just reeling it straight. So I just leave it as is. Leave it as is. But sometimes if your blades aren't getting enough little bite, you might put a slight bend in it. That one might have a little bit of a bend in it. No, this one didn't. The one before it did because I put a little bend in it just to get them kind of moving a little faster because it was so shallow. Um, but the Smalley King is back. Darius, was he shopping baits or shopping for garden utensils? Lawnmower blade. A burn stuck on a sunken silt fence? Hella. Come on, dude. What burns are you throwing in the neighborhood pond? You just need to wait for it to get warm and do a polar bear plunge out there. Don't tell Brendan. He'll go wait out there. Small flat side. Ooh. Ooh, ouchie. Four big M stuck on stumps. Bank fishing? Total mole. That's exactly something a mole would do. Jeremy, I called Keith because he told me to watch that, and I said I've already been watching some of it, but I got to finish it. Dude, it was like Zaldane had seen a ghost when he showed Steve his bait, and Steve completely dissected it in 2 sentences. He's like, "Oh well, I don't like this. It feels heavy. I don't like that at all. Yeah, it's got the top hook. Yeah, I don't like that. Yeah, cool bait, I guess." And it was funny because Chris was trying to fight through telling him why he did all that, but then he realized that he was speaking on deaf ears, and so it was pretty funny. You're out of control over losing these baits. That's what I'm saying. Brennan got pissed when Steve said the workhorse was a piece of shit because it didn't have swiveling hook hangers. And every other bait on planet Earth that doesn't have stupid ass swiveling hook hangers. Luckily, his G-Rat does. I don't know. That was a weird. I feel like I don't know. That was just a strange interaction. Obviously Steve Kennedy knows his way around a swim bait, knows about swim baits, but I didn't feel like I was sitting there listening to two swim bait experts for whatever reason. It just didn't sound like there was the ultimate knowledge getting spewed. Maybe I'm wrong, but Morgan, did you notice that she was fishing for design ideas? Is what I took it as. Hey, if you could change one thing about all swim baits, what would you do? If you could design a swim bait that would be the perfect for your average fisherman, let's say, what would you do? And he just kind of was like, I don't know. I think he probably picked up on it. But was it Steve or was it everybody? Just getting back, they did sound like they have used 4 baits. That's what I thought, Stearman. And Trent said that about Chris. He's like, he only uses a couple. It's like, well, what'd you do, Bob? How many did you catch?
6.
6 what?
Catfish.
It's pretty,
It's the first shell cracker.
it's pretty weak.
That's 6.
Can
The
Zelda.
wind blows 40 miles an hour.
Ouch. Can Zaldane ever let his guests finish their own sentence? Probably not. Probably not. I like it when he tries to finish their sentences and it's not the thought that they're trying to finish with. That's when it's really funny. That's when it's really funny. When he's like, oh, yeah, yeah, and then like finishes it and they go, no, not like different. Did they mention the Eon or the other 316s? No, I never heard. I don't think they spoke of the rising sun, which was odd. Um, I don't know. I did think there was some snooping for some bait ideas. It sounded like. Brendan, you got enough teeners in that pond so campers can have a meetup and slay on them. That would be fun. Yeah. Give us a gate key, Brendan, and we'll all meet at your compound and stay with your workers and we'll stay in the workers' quarters and then go rip on your private bass. Steve has a hell of a collection, but really doesn't seem to know what to do with them. That's what I don't. I feel like he does maybe, but he doesn't know how to articulate it, or he doesn't care to articulate it, or what. Like it did kind of seem like I've got this stuff, but I really don't know. Like I like throwing them, but it's just stuff. Like I think he'd thrown a lot of the baits. It seemed like, but none of them were really like. I don't know. It was weird. It's like, yeah, I've caught him on this, but that's where it ended. Like not, hey, when this happens, but I think he's just like that. I don't know. Roland, did you see the comment section of the new video Bass came out with? Someone knows this personally well. No, I did not see that. I'll have to look. Plenty of 5s and 6s. That's plenty. I don't need teeners. I don't need double digits. I don't need 8s. Give me a healthy 6 and I'm happy. I don't need 30 people. Sure you do, Brendan. It'd be fun, bro. It would be fun. How could no bait company go to Steve and work with him on a signature swim bait? Scott, it's the same reason why bait companies don't come to me and say, why don't you design our color of baits and us pay you more than $100? Same reason why nobody calls Mickey Ellis and says, Mickey, why don't you design the damn swim baits for us, because you're the damn guru. It's the same reason they don't do anything, because they're fucking morons and they're cheap. You need a Tony. Someone called him out for not going to a dying kid's Make-A-Wish because he was too busy. Bass may have taken it down, but it sounds like something. Yeah. I wasn't a dying kid, but I was a young, impressionable kid waiting for his autograph when he talked on the phone and then just decided to walk off in the middle of us waiting in line to talk to him when it was my turn. So Roland can eat a dick. If y'all think I hate Roland Martin, you should talk to my mother. Talk about hold a grudge. She sees him on TV now. She's like, there's that piece of trash Roland Martin. She calls him Roland Morgan because Bill Dance used to make jokes about his name on his fishing videos and call him. It might not have been Bill Dance. It was Mel Tillis that would say Roland Morgan. But yeah. Not a fan. Camper stream with TK's mom. Yaya, tell us your true thoughts about Roland Martin. She would go off in a pleasant southern ladylike fashion, politely. My dad was there. He's not a fan either. I don't think he's probably more forgiving than my mother though. He hasn't forgotten, but hasn't forgotten. There's probably more stories where that came from, as far as people got hosed by Roland Morgan, jerk. Did my FBD, FRM. Stearman, you going to the Classic? You going all 3 days or just 2? Roland looked pissed when you saw him at ICAST. The last time I saw Roland Martin was at he was at the Classic on Conroe, and it was when he first joined Favorite Rods, and all the Googans were there, and there was a 6-mile line for kids to meet John B. and Turkla and Lake Fork guy and all those dudes. And there was like 4 standing in line to meet Roland Martin. And I thought, good. Suck it. Friday and Saturday. Hello, Horseshoe AJ. You no longer using the AJ account? I wonder what he was pissed about. You didn't go stick your hand out and introduce yourself, Brendan? And then say, oh, I'm sorry, I thought you were somebody else, my bad. Yeah, none of them. I don't know if they didn't know or they just didn't care, Jeremy. It was hilarious. AJ, I found horseshoe inspiration in this object on my desk today that you might be able to take and put into a bait as inspiration. See what you can do with that color. Minus the label. Or this one would be good. Dusty Ziploc. That's going to be your new bestseller. Bobby, you think that's what it is? You think that he's such a dick that people have a bad taste in their mouth about him, and they don't want to talk about him? Could be. Could be. Old Pappy would have snuffed out a Marlboro in his eyes. Oh, I would pay good money to see an old man take a long drag off a damn heater, and then on that, and I've seen it done, just not to Roller Martin, and take the last drag, and it's typically with this finger, and then the last drag, boom, between the eyes, and then that shit is on, dude. And you know when it's about to happen because it's usually it's like you can see in the dude's face, like, here we go. Fireworks, and then fireworks. Think about this. They all do commercials. Still don't see Roland in any. No, not so much. He had he had he obviously had Yamamoto fooled because he got on their commercial. They work for you or whatever that shit was. Walked around Roland Martin to talk to Matty Wong at Knoxville. Roland, excuse me, sir. Oh, you want an autograph? No, I want to talk to Matty. I want to talk to Matty. But you'd think he would. Yamamoto's the only person I know that's really like pumping Roland. Eric was around him up there at the at Will's place and said he was pretty nice. Um, but I don't know. Different environment, I guess. Different environment. I don't know. Maybe he just doesn't like people. Maybe he hates people. Hello, JP. Pryor, you ever known anybody to say Roland Martin was a nice guy? A kind soul? We're waiting. We're waiting. Anybody ever heard anybody say that Roland Martin? He'd give you the shirt off his back. No, no. Neither have any of us. Pryor, you sitting on the beach with a cocktail, watching this shit, watching cat shit in the sand, listening to the waves crash, and some reggae. Yes, I've heard if you catch him fun fishing or not busy, he'll be friendly. I heard that from two people. Roland Martin declined to spend a few minutes with a sick, dying child at a Wild Turkey Federation meeting in Little Rock back in the day. This has caused me to not be a fan. Hey, there's another reason. Burns, I'm still kicking. I'm trying to sand on some of your baits. Just saw a cat shit under a beach lounger. Great spot. Needed a little. That cat was need a little privacy. Hell, do you really have waiters on right now when you're not filming it? You should be. You should be filming this whole thing with a hat cam. And then you need to intentionally duck down to get the bait and let a little cold water slip into your waders and then go, "Hee, hee, hee." And you'll be off to 100K. Just one, all he wanted to do. What kind of total scumbag does not have a few minutes to do that? Like, no matter what you're doing. Like, if it's your damn wedding day and you're about to walk down the aisle, you got a couple minutes and you'd be like, listen, hold on for 2 minutes. Let me go talk to this kid. And then we'll come back and we'll do this shit. But just give me 2 minutes. It's not that big a deal. I mean, I can't think of anything I would be doing that, like, I couldn't take a couple minutes to go, like, talk to a kid that's dying that would want to meet you. Like, that would probably be the biggest honor somebody could be asked, honestly. Like, their time on earth is limited, and they want to spend what few minutes they have remaining to talk to your prick ass. But instead, no, I don't have time for you. Dipshit. Gotta be a world class a hole. Had a fishing trip planned, but the freaking boat is down, so I went spearfishing instead, and I went the shit at it. Well, did you bring any plugs down there? He was on the old Zach Morris phone the whole time he signed autographs. Yes, that was what he did with me. He was on the Zach Morris phone, and he was sitting there with his little handler. And then I guess they said you got to go to the next booth or whatever he was doing. But he talked on the phone the whole time, like this, and would just like sign autographs and not even talk to the people. He would just take whatever the hat or the bait or the thing, and he was just talking on the phone, signing autographs. And then he just stopped and left. What a scum. What a worm. What a lizard. He's ADD times 1,000, maybe. He seems a little kooky, a little spacey. But like I said, I can't think of anything that you could be doing that you wouldn't be able to take 2 minutes for a kid. Even if the kid wasn't terminally ill or whatever, it's still a kid that looks up to you. Uh-oh, Hella. Snowball doesn't dive that deep, BBC. The snowball would be safe. Ike takes time, but yeah, Ike has always been great with his fans. I think most guys have to be good with their fans now, because if they're not, some little dipshit's gonna be standing there with a cell phone like this, recording him being an asshole, and then he'll be blasted on. Even if they put up a front, I think now it's different than it was back then. Now they know they have to fake it. Back then, there was guys that would just be dicks if they were dicks, and they didn't have to fake it because there wasn't anything to hold them accountable. Now, you're a prick to a kid. He records it and then goes and puts it on TikTok, and you get a million views of what an asshole you are overnight. Not so good. Jimmy Houston was all up on my wife. Did you say, Houston, he's up on Kimmy? It's not like she would have been wooed by his hair, because you got way better hair anyway. She was liking the attention. That's funny. That is funny. Can't see Jimmy Houston being a flirt. I can't see any pro bass fisherman having game. That's pretty funny. That is pretty funny. Marty does have incredible hair. Jealous. Waders seem to be leaking. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hell, if we'd have been on StreamYard, I could have sent you a link and you could have come. We could have dialed you in live from the wader pond, the retrieval mission. Like, yeah, Amy, make sure he gives you a gate key to his lake. Get the gate key. It's probably codes now. He said there's one in his neighborhood pond on a piece of Black Death. You should hear Hank's stories about rolling stretching the rules back in the day. Oh, I bet they're endless. I bet they're endless. All right. What time is it? 4:50. I got to get out of here. Oh, if y'all have Costco, they have some really nice shirts at Costco now by my favorite Costco brand, 32 Degrees or something. They're nice. They're button ups. Need another Pryor after dark. Probably. We need Pryor to suck down 6 mojitos sitting on the beach and then call me and say, Stanley, Painter Dude. I guess he can't call me Painter Dude because he's also Painter Dude. Say, Stanley, I'm ready to talk. Hit the live button. All right. Just hammered Burns and Pryor on the same stream. Be interesting. Hella got it back. You got to post a picture, Hella, so we know you're not bullshitting us through this stream. All right. I'm going to take these baits home with me so I can get them scuffed for tomorrow. Bobby, sorry, I've been busy trying to get things accomplished. And the Bean's having a birthday party this week, and it's been a little messy trying to get stuff done. So schedule's been um, out of whack. TK, how much are you paying me to wear Scope or Die? Chris, I'll send you 20 shirts, and then you wear the shirt and keep the extras in your backpack, and then sell them out of your backpack, and I'll give you a 30% commission on all the shirts you sell. Seems fair, right? All you gotta do is wear a shirt, collect money. Where are they going? Lay? That'll be interesting. I like watching Lay. I don't know if I'll like it to watch enough to watch MLF, but maybe. I mean, it sounds fair, right, Hella? Support the troops. Oh, that dipshit at Tacklecraft wouldn't even do a live stream for troops overseas. What a douche dick. Later, JP. KVD, that would be fun. Or Jordan would be fun. Anybody that's not MLF. Connell. Connell's good south of Lay. I've never known Connell to be like a dialed on Lay or Logan, but he's on a roll, so he'll be dialed. We'll see. It'll be interesting to watch. I'll be definitely interested to see how they do. All right, I'm gonna go take some pictures. I'm gonna go post. I'm gonna go make a little reel of these two, and y'all can tell me which you like more. Glossy, flat. Glossy, flat. All right. Adios, bros. See you next time.